What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another fly tying tutorial. Today I'm going to be tying a soft hackle. This particular soft hackle is called Banana Split. I like to swing these in early spring on these smaller sizes. This particular one is a size 10. This is Daiichi 1120. And yeah, I just really like this fly. It looks awesome in the water when you're swinging it. And you can also put a bead head on it and nymph it if you want. The thread we're going to be using is UTC 70 denier. This is in a brown. And we're just going to start our thread just a little back from the eye of the hook. Take a couple thread wraps, cut out your tag section there. Now we're just going to take some nice thread wraps down the shank until about the barb. The first material we're tying in is our tail. This is a hen saddle. This is a speckled brown color. I just like the little darker color in the earlier spring. So where I'm going to be taking this first feather is near the top, where there's some bigger feathers with some longer fibers. And I like that just for the tail because I find that they stay a little bit straighter and don't curve as much. So we're just going to strip some of these fuzzies down to make this a little bit more easier to work with here. And all I'm going to strip off is about, I'd say 10 or so, 10 to 12. Try to keep those straight. Just going to put these on top. This hook shank here. And for the tail section, I like to keep it about the size of the hook gap. Sometimes I like to keep it a little bit on the shorter side, but that look right there looks pretty good. So I'm just going to take a couple more wraps here, lock those down. Then I'm just going to bring my thread all the way back up just to keep a even body here. So I just like to keep a little bit of room open behind the eye for when I tie in the hackle in the front. So I'm just going to clean that up a bit. Bring this down. Now we're actually going to tie in our rib section, and what that is a black soft wire. This is in a size medium, just because I like the bigger profile. I guess this does add a little bit of weight, not much, but the thicker wire does add a little bit. So I'm just going to tie that in with the wire facing me. I'm going to leave a little space. I'm not going to take this wire right down to the end of the hook. You can see there I have a little bit of space, and that's just so I can get one wrap of dubbing, so it's really nice and flat, and when I bring this wire around, it's not going to get all caught up. For the body, we're going to be using this dubbing. It's kind of a prototype dubbing that I'm going to be coming out with in 2017. I'm working with some dubbings. This is kind of just like almost like it's like a tannish olive color with some flash, and this dubbing's pretty much like a it's like a SLF kind of. It's like a synthetic dubbing. So I'm just going to put a little slender dubbing noodle. So now I'm just going to come around the back of this wire and make that first wrap. I'm just going to come up in front of it. Now we're just going to build up a little taper body here. Nothing too bulky. I find if you dub these too bulky, then the hackle, it sits all weird. when it's going through the water. Doesn't lay flat, kind of just sticks out really pretty bad. So one more little clump here. We should be good. Now we're going to take our wire, just make some open spiral wraps up this body to give it the segment. Capture that, put a couple nice thread wraps in, like so. Then you can just helicopter your wire out so it's nice and flush. Then I'm just going to put a couple more wraps there just to secure it. Alright, so for the hackle part, we're going to be using the same hen saddle. Now I'm going to grab a feather near the bottom, and I want to find a feather with fibers that go no longer than the hook shank. So when you put in the soft hackle part, I'm just going to strip it down a bit. You want the longest fibers at the bottom not to go past the back of the body, and this one goes a little bit past it, so it's not too bad. But if it goes past it a lot, you can just kind of strip more fibers up the stem, but you're gonna get a more of a sparse collar, soft hackle collar here. So when you figured out how long you want it, I'm just going to take some of these fibers back so it looks like so I can tie in this feather. So I just have a little triangle right at the tip there. I'm just going to cut that so it's a little tie-in point. Just going to cord this thread up a bit because it's flattening out on me. So once that's in, I like to move my hook just like that so it's level so nothing falls. I'm going to grab my hackle pliers, grab the stem, lift it up straight. I'm just going to slowly kind of try to preen these fibers backwards so they start laying towards the back. Then after every wrap, you can kind of just do that with your hand. Just to make sure that they're laying all nice. So I got about 3 wraps on there. I'm just going to bring that around, capture that stem. Then I'm going to pull back any fibers that came out with that. Actually, I'm going to cut out the stem first because it's already secure. So now I'm just going to take my fingers and kind of just push all these fibers that are sticking out back. Just like so. I'm just going to build a little bit of a head on this fly. Nothing crazy. Then I'm going to take my whip finish tool and throw in a 4 or 5 turn whip finish. like so. Cut that thread out. This little guy got out, so just cut that like so. Then you can put some head cement on it if you like, or you can put some Loon Outdoors thin. How I like to do this is just grab my bodkin. All you're gonna get is a little bit. You're just gonna, I'll try to do it in focus here so you guys can see. But I'm just gonna push this out a bit. Just get my bodkin right there. There's the littlest bit on there. You can see it. I just like to put that right on the top wraps. Grab your light. Hit that for about 10 seconds. And your fly is done. So you can add a bead head on this if you want it to get down faster. You can add lead. If you don't want to add a bead head, you can just add a couple wraps of 0.010 or 0.015. You just want to keep this body pretty slender, so this feather, once it's wet, it can kind of go around the body. But hope you like today's video, guys. If you have any questions or anything like that, just drop it down in the comments. Like the video if you do. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.